Hey, Anna Serene.
Hey, Katrina Porter.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We're doing something crazy.
Yes, we are.
Our very first episode that we recorded was The Lost Boys, movie that we love. Why we are releasing this episode that we weren't quite sure we were ever going to release. Well, has anybody heard of a movie called Twister?
Stop talking so loud.
We recorded Twister.
Oh my God.
That was our last episode that we recorded.
So we're hungover. We're exhausted from our actual day jobs. Mm-hmm. So we're giving ourselves a little break. Next week, we will be back with a brand new episode.
Yeah, we will.
Very freshly recorded. Well, enjoy the episode, everybody. We really hope you do.
We really do. All right, Anna, play the fucking song.
All right, here it goes. Well, hey, Katrina Porter.
Hey, Anna Serene.
Katrina. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what vampires do.
Yeah.
I'm so relieved you're not a shit-sucking vampire.
Same. This would be way less pleasant.
Well, this is Split Happens. We're going to talk about movies the two of us have seen countless times and love so very, very, very much. And one of us, that would be me today, will defend a movie.
And then I, because I drew the short straw, am going to suck the life out of this movie like a gaggle of scampy vamps. And this movie's chock full of them.
We are going to discuss an amazing soundtrack, the perfect casting of Kiefer Sutherland. We're also going to talk about a shitload of glitter blood. If we're talking about Kiefer Sutherland and a great soundtrack and glitter blood, that could only mean we're talking about 1987's The Lost Boys.
Yeah, we are.
It was a critical and commercial success, kind of. Directed by Joel Schumacher.
Love you, Joel. R.I.P.
We have Michael, played by Jason Patric.
We're going to talk about that.
He actually did a lot of tinkering around with the script, according to Kiefer Sutherland.
Jason Patric did? And this is what he came up with? Was it Kiefer Sutherland like, listen, guys, I'm not responsible. This dum-dum over here is the one who...
Are you kidding me? This movie probably bought him a yacht.
Kiefer?
Or a motorcycle.
And a leather jacket, which we'll talk about.
Sam, played by Corey Haim. Lucy, the absolute queen, played by Diane Wiest. She can do no wrong. She actually had just won an Oscar the year before this for Hannah and her sisters. Star, played by Jamie Gertz. The cast is actually really big, so maybe we should just put the cast list up on our
Do you
website.
know Jamie Gertz is a billionaire now?
Jamie Gertz?
Yeah.
Is it because of The Lost Boys?
No.
Is it because of Solar Babies?
No. She's like a part owner in the Atlanta Hawks and the Brewers.
This movie actually started out more of like a G-rated movie for kids, but Joel Shoes, can I just call him Joel Shoes?
You call him Joey Shoes like he likes.
Joey Shoes. He wanted a sexier movie. The idea came about because the screenwriter was reading Interview with the Vampire. So I guess we can go ahead and tip one out for Anne Rice. She died today.
She did?
She sure did.
That makes me really sad.
Yeah. And in Interview with the Vampire, there's a 200-year-old vampire trapped in a 12-year-old's body. Is that Claudia? I feel like that's right.
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he was reading that and thinking about that young kid playing a vampire, it made him think about Peter Pan. And what if the reason why Peter Pan never grows old is because he's actually a vampire? And that's the origin story for The Lost Boys. That's why it's called Lost Boys.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was originally going to be like a bunch of kids. Like it was going to be like Goonies with fangs.
Don't think you're going to distract me with these cool facts for my notes.
Oh, just you wait. I've got way more cool facts. That's going to blow your ass off.
Well, do you know who's responsible for the absolutely horrible camera angles at the beginning of the movie that makes me want to vomit?
Yeah, that would be Michael Chapman, Academy Award winner, probably.
But you know I'm right. The beginning of this movie starts and the camera angles...
The aerial shot?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, I love it. It feels like I'm flying. They filmed this movie in Santa Cruz, California because of Joel Schumacher. He picked that location. He said that there was a murder outside their hotel while they were shooting.
Perfect.
The cast did a really good job of kind of melding together.
I bet Jason Patrick was the grandpa of the group. Like when they were out, he's like, "Okay, guys, it's time to go to bed."
He seemed like a bit of a tight ass.
He's old, dude. He's too old for this movie.
He is not too old.
Jason Patrick, here are facts. I've got 2 facts that I'm going to throw at you.
Okay.
Jason Patrick is too old for this movie, and he is still a snack.
Oh, yes, he is.
Look up Jason Patrick. He's not aged.
I did. Why does his jaw look like that? And I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, he moisturizes for sure.
He might be a vampire.
Don't say that.
He might be a vampire.
He's not, because I can tell you, one of the pictures I saw was him without a shirt on in the water.
Oh, fuck me.
He's holding a baby.
Ew.
Like, oh God, not another kid.
Like somebody else's baby? Like they're like, here, hold my, sign my baby?
I think it's his baby.
I just ruined it. Joel Schumacher was also responsible for the soundtrack.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned the soundtrack.
Yes.
What's the theme song to this movie?
Cry Little Sister is actually the theme song.
You know the lyrics to Cry Little Sister?
Thou shalt not kill.
Cry Little Sister.
Yeah.
Come to your brother. Unchain me, sister. Love is with your brother.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
Ew.
And you know what? Just for shits and giggles, they repeat that one a couple times.
Well, he really wants you to know.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Okay, so Lou Gramm does a song called Lost in the Shadows, and in parentheses, The Lost Boys. That is not the theme song. Cry Little Sister is the theme song. But Lou Gramm is the lead singer of Foreigner.
Oh, we went and saw Foreigner at the Prairie Band Casino.
You know what? They got bills to pay
good.
too. I bet. I love Foreigner. Are you kidding me? I want to know what love is. And I want you to show me. Let's talk about some sequels and remakes before we get into this movie. Because they are making a remake. They are remaking this.
Hate that.
Schumacher actually wanted to make a sequel. He wanted to make The Lost Girls. But they don't listen to him.
Because it's a stupid idea.
It is a stupid idea, but they still made sequels. And they suck shit. Like a vampire.
Oh, boy.
Shit-sucking sequels. Well, let's get into the movie.
Okay.
There is an aerial shot over the boardwalks, the opening thing with Cry Little Sister playing. Right away, as we're traveling over the water, we hear laughing vampires, which is great because they do that a lot.
They are. They're very happy.
They are extremely happy.
Mm-hmm. It's because they're vampires, and what makes vampires happy is killing people, and they just kill the fuck out of everybody in this town.
They're good at the job.
Yeah.
Love what you do. You never work a day in your life. We see a carousel, and we get our first glimpse of Kiefer Sutherland, a.k.a. the best part of this movie, and then roll credits. We're done here.
Nope.
Well, Kiefer Sutherland is David, the leader of the vampires, and he and his gang of, should we just go with what did you say earlier? Scampy vamps?
Scampy vamps.
Well, they pick a fight with a group, and in the credits, they're only listed as surf Nazis.
I'm confused by that.
What's confusing?
What are they Nazis about? Surfing?
Well, like, wait, what are you asking? Like, are they like Nazis about surfing? Like, as in like they're really pedantic, like soup Nazis, or like, you know, we must protect our superior genes, and we will do it with surfboards.
Is
that was my German?
Wow.
Then I say, regardless, either way.
No, what if somebody's like, I need to go get some exercise, I'm going to go surf, and they're like, 9!
Not with that surfboard. God, I am really not good with accents. Holy shit. Kiefer Sutherland is David, and speaking of David, they briefly considered Jim Carrey for the role of David, if you can believe it.
Absolutely not.
Ugh, God, can you imagine what a dumpster fire this movie would have been? Unfortunately, a dumpy security guard kicks them all off the boardwalk, and that probably wasn't smart, because he's going to get killed.
Yeah. He kind of had it coming, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to flex your authority with vampires and surf Nazis, you're probably going to end up on a missing person poster. Cut to beautiful Diane Wiest, and she is driving with her 2 sons into beautiful Santa Carla. We see a sign with graffiti declaring Santa Carla as the murder capital of the world. And I want to talk to you a little bit about Santa Carla.
Okay.
Well, it was filmed in Santa Cruz, California, but Santa Cruz did not want their name being used for the film. They were okay with them filming there, but they didn't want Santa Cruz being attached with it because they actually are called the murder capital of the world, or they were. Because in the 70s, they had a bunch of serial killings.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you might like that because you're into this sick shit.
Yeah, I am.
So am I. Well, one of the killers was big old Ed Kemper. Santa Cruz did not love all the murdering, so they asked them to change the name because,
They wanted a super target.
Yeah, they were Trader Joe's. Beautiful Lucy is driving with her 2 boys, Michael.
Really, Michael could be like her younger brother.
Oh my God. It is her relatively young son, played by Jason Patric, and Sam, played by Corey Haim. And Sam is wearing a pink shirt that looks a lot like your caboodle case when this movie came out.
Oh man, I loved my caboodle.
Who didn't? Michael switches to riding his motorcycle without a helmet or proper eyewear because he's cool.
He's a dumbass. I wonder how many head injuries he's had.
I don't measure
He doesn't know
things,
where he's going. He's not from there.
Yeah.
What's he getting on a motorcycle for? Because he has to look cool right into town?
Yeah, probably. They show up at Lucy's father's house. It's the boy's grandpa's house. And he's dead. Well...
Playing dead. And from what I heard, doing a damn good job of it, too.
Sweet Lucy.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
Lucy, who's been through the ringer by some asshole man.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got a whole backstory about what a dick he is.
What happened?
He cheated on her with his secretary.
No.
Yes.
He did not.
Yes.
That motherfucker.
Yeah. And he hid all his money in Swiss accounts.
That son of a bitch.
So she got nothing.
I hate him.
Oh, yeah. He's horrible.
I hope he gets eaten.
Yeah. So poor Lucy needs some support.
Yes.
From her father.
Yeah.
And when she arrives at his house, he's playing dead on the front porch.
He's a kidder. He's trying to lighten the mood. He's like, my daughter has gone through some shit, I'm going to make her not think about her divorce for a minute. It's probably all she thought about, so I'll just, play dead.
Yeah, I'll make her instead think about finding me dead on my porch. And that's before they go into the House of Horrors.
He's a prankster. We also meet Sam's dog, Nanook. And then they do go into Grandpa's House of Horrors. Oh, God, he has the old fart shelf, which I covet with all of my being.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Oh, I
you
love
think
it so
in
much.
your home you could have a shelf
I do.
that your children don't mess with?
I do not anymore. I could put a lock on it.
You can't go to the bathroom without getting bothered by your children. And there's a lock on that door too.
Oh, shit. Damn it. I want an old fart shelf.
You can't have it.
Did you happen to know, you noticed that Grandpa also has a cannabis plant on his shelf?
No.
He did. It's on his windowsill. I also covet that. The boys accidentally open a door to a room. It's Grandpa's dead animal room because he's a taxidermist, which would be unsettling, except there's a running gag of him leaving dead stuffed animals in Sam's room as gifts.
Which Sam handles way better than I would. Sam is so reactive and he screams at literally everything except for dead animals showing up in his room all the time.
We get another aerial shot that you love so much.
I don't love those shots.
Luckily, it leads us to a massive party happening on the boardwalk. And I totally understand the crowd size because there is a greased up codpiece wearing ponytailed saxophonist. Mm-hmm. This is going to pain me. This is going to cause me physical pain to have you attack him.
The dancing is not very good.
What?
No.
From him or the white people in the audience?
From me.
Counting on the ones.
Yeah, you don't have to specify all the white people because this movie only has white people. The dancing's not good. He's joyful. He believes.
The joy I have for this song knows no bounds. He played with tons of musicians. He played with Carly Simon. He played with Peter Gabriel. He played with Tina Turner. He played with Tina Turner, and she is the one that gave him the codpiece. There's a show on Netflix called Worn. It's about clothes that people have, and he's actually in one of the segments, and he is adorable in it. He is so incredibly likable. He looks like he smiles every minute of his life. Well, Timmy Capello is singing I Still Believe, and it smacks. You know what he would be? You know what he'd be good for? A vampire recruit.
He would be a great.
He would be great for them. They should consider him. Oh my God, what if he already is? What if he is a vampire?
You want to believe that he's a vampire?
Kind of.
Why?
Because then he would be around forever. Just singing and playing a saxophone.
No, because to be in the vampire club, you have to kill people.
I'm willing to sacrifice people
Okay.
to have him around forever.
All right.
The 99% white people audience they're having a great time, but we first see Jamie Gertz playing Star, and that's all I'm going to say about her because I am defending this movie.
Her acting's not great.
I like that she is staring at Tim Capello singing, and then Michael is staring at her, staring at Kimmy, and Sam is staring at...
Michael staring at Star.
No, he is staring at Tim Capello. Well, Star runs off, and Michael follows. And angel-faced Lucy is on the boardwalk and sees a child looking for his mom and swoops in to help him because she's perfect.
And when the mom of this missing kid shows up...
Yeah, the
she's
horrible
not,
mom that just abandoned her child.
Right. She's not even like
I don't know about
effusive with her thank yous. She's just like, oh, cool. And then goes around like...
She's probably trying to lose that kid.
Thank poor Angel Weist. She just saved your child.
Yeah, maybe the mom has a lot going on in her brain.
I feel like right now you're justifying any time you might have lost your children somewhere.
Never once have I lost my child. I would never. I'd get a leash.
Ty had a leash for one of his kids.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Chloe. Message, leashes work. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like a bear backpack. And with a leash.
She takes the little boy into a video store to ask for help, and that's where she meets Max. It's Edward Herman of Overboard fame.
Tofuti, I love it. You're Kim and Kimberly.
Oh, Tofuti Klein. I wish we could do that movie. It's so problematic.
It is. We can't do it.
I love the video store scene because that's when you start seeing like the pep in their step vampire showing up. Max is telling them to get fucked and it offers Lucy a job, like in the same breath.
She finds a missing child and a job in like 10 minutes.
Sam finds a comic book store where he meets the Frog Brothers.
Okay. Corey Feldman is not... He's great in Stand By Me.
Yeah.
He's actually... I say he's great in Goonies.
Yes.
He is not good in this movie.
You are so wrong.
He chews up every line.
He snorted every line.
What?
He was going through one or two drug problems at the time.
He wasn't going through acting classes.
Who has the time?
Well,
these drugs aren't going to sniff themselves.
His outfit is stupid.
His outfit is supposed to be Rambo, like he's supposed to be influenced by badasses like of the day, like Rambo and Chuck Norris.
Don't insult Rambo.
I didn't do
by
it.
suggesting that
what do you think
they have anything in common.
That red bandana thing is all about.
Sly's going to be pissed.
Sly? We're on a nickname basis?
We are. Yeah. I love veterans.
Boy, that movie's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Dennehy's a piece of shit in that movie.
Yeah, he is. He sucks.
The Frog Brothers are trying to school Sam on comic books, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. He is Ron Swanson in the Home Depot.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you. All right.
I know more than you. They hint that Santa Carla is having a vampire problem. Back to Surf Nazi #1 and his girlfriend, and they're in a car, and he wants to get some a little bit of loving.
This is the ballad of every woman. Is this scene?
Fuck me, my God. I love, of course, she's reading. I mean,
She's just supposed to read.
Wants to read.
And have a glass of wine.
Maybe do a podcast with her sister. Well, the vampires show up and they're dead.
They tear the shit out of them.
They take the whole roof off and everything. I like to think that they just take her away to a magical place called a library where she can just sit
drop
and read.
her off.
Yeah, they're like a vampire Uber. They just showed up, snatched her out of the car. Where would you like to go, ma'am? Please give me a 5-star review.
Okay, but if their goal is to like help people, they could go about that in a way less scary way.
Well, we cut back to Star, and she's flirting with Michael, and David doesn't love it. And he tells Michael that he should go on a motorcycle ride with him because he's inclusive.
No, he gives him the name of a specific cliff.
Yeah.
Which there's no way that Michael knows where this is because he's been in town for 5 minutes.
No. He knows where it is.
No, if he was trying to get Diane Weiss to go, she would of course known where the cliff is because she's probably researched the entire town trying to get a job.
No, but he got a job. It's actually a deleted scene. Is that he gets a job as a trash collector. So
You know why we didn't see that in the movie? Because that's boring. He's gotten mixed up with vampires. Mm-hmm. He bought a jacket that he definitely did not have money for, just pissing money away while Diane Weiss is trying to get a job.
He's paid for it with that trash collecting job. Well, they ride through fog and unsafe riding conditions. And, that's probably actually where Michael could have benefited from some proper eyewear because he almost goes off the goddamn cliff.
Yeah. I think even if these guys weren't vampires,
yeah,
they're kind of assholes.
No, they almost go off the cliff, and David is absolutely wrecked over it.
He's laughing. He's smiling.
You know what? He's probably, like how we are, like at funerals, we laugh and
inappropriate laughter.
Yeah, like he just doesn't know how to manage his emotions very well.
No, I think that was exactly what he intended, was for Michael to go bye-bye.
No, he wanted to lead him to a motorcycle club, and got lost. After he almost goes off the cliff. They feel bad about it, so they take him to their hidey hole cave.
What, hidey hole cave?
Yeah.
AKA a replica of your bedroom growing up?
Oh, I wish.
What part of that do you wish for that you didn't have growing up?
Are you kidding me? I didn't have any of those things. I didn't have tapestries. I didn't have candles. I mean, not candles like that. Shit just falling down around like in a cool way, like in a cool moody way.
Shit everywhere.
They are giggling and showing off their awesome digs, and they give Michael some weed and Chinese food.
Wait. Pause.
Yeah.
There are 57,000 warning signs that Michael should have observed that would have prevented everything else happening in this movie.
No way, no friends.
Somebody tries to run you off a cliff.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's suspicious. I think I'll go in this dark, isolated cave and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, they had weed and Chinese food.
Michael's a dumbass.
Wait, hold on.
All he had to do was go to the senior center if he wanted to make friends.
He's not old.
He didn't have to.
He's not old. Stop calling him old. Just out of curiosity, as an aside, where do they get Chinese food? Where and when?
Who delivers there? They didn't have DoorDash back in '87.
And would they even go out that far?
No, there's no way that they're in the delivery zone.
Okay, so that only leaves two other options. Either one, they picked that up prior, and that's been in their possession that entire time, or that Chinese food was sitting there before. It's just been for who knows. It could have been weeks.
It's been there so long it turned into worms and maggots.
It probably actually was worms and maggots. Gross. Oh, I wouldn't eat that. They mess with Michael's mind and trick him into thinking he's eating worms and maggots, like you said, and then they say his name a lot. They say it a bunch. Michael. Any guesses to how many times they say his name?
71.
More. Higher.
701.
Fewer. Okay, one more guess.
107.
Holy shit, you're really close.
What?
114 times. 114 times.
I think it's said 110 times in the cave scene.
Poor guy.
What's Michael like stoned?
He's like, oh fuck, I'm too high. Everybody knows. Everybody knows I'm high. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? Somebody say my name? Somebody say my name a bunch of times? Oh, I'm so fucking hungry. God, I smell of Chinese food. Now I'm thirsty. And luckily, David offers him some wine. Because he's polite. And it's even in like a super cool bottle.
And wants to turn him into a vampire.
I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone. We didn't even mention that there's also a
child.
A toddler with them. No, he's like 12 maybe?
Maybe.
That's it. I'm not good with ages. He's young. And he shouldn't be there. And Star looks like she's in charge of him, and she should definitely not be.
She shouldn't be in charge of anyone.
No. Meanwhile, back at the house, Grandpa's giving Sam a beaver. Yeah, fucking read the room, Grandpa.
Look at my poster.
This is not the one.
You're barking up the wrong tree, Gramps.
Michael's room is over there.
Right.
Well, the vampires and Michael go hang out underneath the train track bridge. And as someone who is afraid of heights, I would be hanging there. You know what? This lifestyle just is not for me. Thank you for the Chinese food and the bike ride. Oh, shit. Somebody fell. Oh, shit. Another one fell. And then Michael loses his grip and he falls into his bed.
Before he falls, though, he hears them laughing. Like, these vampires don't do anything but two things. Murder people and laugh.
Did you happen to notice that when Michael falls into his bed, he's like in shoes and he's just grinding his dirty, disgusting feet into his pillow?
Yeah, because he's not concerned about it. He knows Diane Weiss is going to go take care of
He
it.
should be concerned about the pink eye he's going to be getting. Conjunctivitis is no laughing matter.
Yes.
Lucy calls and tells Michael that she is going to be going on a date with Max. And Grandpa's also going on a date with the widow Johnson. And so he slaps on some Windex.
Grandpa, with the exception of being fake dead at the beginning,
Yeah.
he's a joy.
I love him. He is featured pretty heavily in like the comics, I think.
Oh.
And as is the widow Johnson, like that she is a vampire and she turns Grandpa.
The Widow Johnson?
Uh-huh.
Grandpa's not a vampire.
In the comics he is.
Not in this movie.
It's canon. Because Lucy's not there and Grandpa's not there, they leaves the boys alone and the vampires show up on bikes and we don't actually see them, but we do hear a lot of laughing. So we definitely know it's vampires. And Sam's like, I don't need this shit. I'm going to go take a bath. And Michael looks like he's going to kill him. And I don't blame him because Sam is singing from the top of his lungs. Bath time is a fun time for Sam. And then Sam figures out that Michael is turning into a vampire and calls Lucy on her date and she freaks out and he leaves poor Max. Oh, she's such a good mom.
Whoa, wait.
Oh,
thank
she's
you for
such
that
a good
love.
mom.
She is a doormat.
No.
These children run all over her.
She lets them have their freedom so that they can develop into independent young men.
Well, I guess in her defense, Michael's in his
Young
late 20s.
Men.
It should be.
Well, the boys agreed not to tell their mom and figure it out themselves. And also Sam calls Michael a
Goddamn shit-sucking vampire.
ew. You know, it's funny because I was talking with my friend Eric about this exact thing at work. So I was like, that seems disgusting to me. Like, vampires don't suck shit. And he was like, yeah, they actually do. There's apparently there's like some vampire lore where eating ass is like part of the gig.
There's two things about that I love.
Yeah.
That your impersonation of Eric was, yeah. And also that he brings the eating ass trivia to this.
Lucy runs home and poor Max kind of like sorrow walks his way home. We see him walking towards his front door and then vampire sounds start up and oh no, Max is in trouble. Because whenever we've seen someone from like an aerial view in this movie, they get killed.
Yeah.
But they don't kill him.
No, what do they do instead?
They throw a bat kite at him.
A bat kite.
He doesn't look amused at all.
No.
Wait, where did they get a kite?
They went shopping on the boardwalk.
For a kite?
Yeah, I think they very specifically.
Wait, they were shopping specifically for a bat kite, or they just like they're walking along and just checking things out, looking for new recruits, probably like the Mormons. And one of them is Marco is like, guys, oh my god, guys, look what I found. And David's like, oh my god, get it.
Dad is gonna
You
love
have
this.
to. It's gonna be hilarious.
Not right away.
No.
It's gonna be a slow burn.
No, he'll get it. He won't think it's funny at first, but he'll get it. Well, while the boys fucking bat kite. I actually kind of like the idea more of them shopping specifically for a bat kite. They're like, let's go fuck with Dad. Let's throw something at him.
Guys, over here, bat kite.
What about a kite? Because it'll fly really well.
Right, like we do.
and it'll go right at his feet, and he's gonna be like, oh. Well, while the boys are doing their little ghoulish pranks, Michael goes to start to try and get some insight on why he's like, floating and bloodthirsty
Okay, here's another poor decision.
and gleeful.
He needs to go get facts, and he goes to Star. He's like, I need to go find a real think tank.
Yeah, he's like, so am I a vampire? And she's like, I don't know.
Here's my boobs.
Yeah, let's bang. And I want to be mad, but God, that sex scene is fucking hot.
This practice is pretty good.
Wowzers. You know what? I bet this is the Jason Patrick influence into the script.
Yeah, this is the part that Kiefer Sutherland.
Well, he's the reason why she even got cast. So, yeah, I bet this exactly what this is.
I bet there was no cave banging scene.
I bet there was. I bet it was between Kiefer Sutherland and I bet it was between David and Star. And he just scratches his name out.
Michael Bang Star.
With like a crayon. Okay, so the next day, Immaculate Lucy goes to deliver some apology wine to Max for leaving their date because,
Of course she is.
she's perfection. And then Max's dog Thorn tries to cujo her.
Yeah, he does.
He like rips through the gate. He like eats through the gate to get to
does.
her. She smells like meat. So that's when Sam starts to think that Max might be a vampire. But luckily, the goddess on Earth, Lucy, decides to cook dinner for Max.
God, of course she does.
She probably apologized to him for his dog trying to eat her.
Right. She's like, I'm sorry I smelled like bacon. Let's rewind for a second.
Yeah.
When Michael comes home after the cave banging
Yeah.
and he goes inside,
Exhausted.
I bet he's a giver. Let's just not go there.
Oh my God, I bet he is.
Okay. Do you remember what Sam is wearing when he's sitting at the breakfast table?
I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, wait. Okay. A smock?
Sam is
that what it's
wearing a nightgown
A nightgown.
covered with little stick figures.
He's so creative.
Come on.
He's so creative.
People didn't wear that in the 80s.
I love the dinner scene so much. I actually think it's my favorite scene of the entire movie.
When because he passes the Parmesan cheese.
It's good.
He passes
garlic.
She goes, garlic?
Yeah,
It's supposed to
garlic.
be Parmesan cheese.
How did that get there?
What she did was she's like, I should have just done it myself.
Oh, this is my fault.
I'm
I
sorry,
probably
Guy.
I
I'm
probably got
sorry.
that garlic in there. I thought it was Parmesan, but it was garlic the whole time.
I'm so sorry, Max.
So, you were a 20s reporter. I'm so sorry, Max. Bringing our boys back home. I love that the idea of garlic is just so out of left field.
Right.
And I love Sam in it. And he's just like, I bet you hate that, don't you?
He's like, not a big fucking bowl of it, you idiot.
You know what else is really good in that? Where he's just like, he's like, I know what this is all about. I'm not trying to replace your dad. And it's really sweet, but they probably would actually welcome that.
They're like,
It
no,
sounds like their dad
you could
sucks.
really, if you're not a vampire, you could totally replace my dad.
Yeah, TikTok. Let's get this wedding going. We want to get out of this house.
Right.
Well, Michael meets up with his new buddies, and the vampires calmly explain to Michael that he is indeed a vampire, and this is how this whole thing works. You have to feed. And what you do is you are a vampire. You join a group, and then you bite another person, and they become a vampire, and then they bite another person, and then they become vampires, and then you have a whole working system underneath you,
Like a mid-level marketing scheme.
like a pyramid scheme.
Yes, that's what this is.
David's a recruiter.
Right.
I bet David's actually a really good recruiter because he's like on his people. Like, how many vampires have you turned? You know,
Right.
because
And how many did they kill today?
yeah,
12? Not good enough, fellas.
no, I want to go on an Alaskan cruise
Right.
in June because that's when the orcas are there, and those are David's favorites. Now I really, very badly want to see a movie of vampires on a cruise.
We did.
Very
It's Hotel
badly.
Transylvania too.
Oh shit! Damn it! Fuck you, Adam Sandler. No, I'm just kidding. I love Adam Sandler. He took my idea. The vampires are actually seeing a bunch of people at a bonfire, and you get the first look at the vampire eyes, and those contact lenses were doozy. They were made of glass, and they were like super uncomfortable. Michael, Sam, and the Frog Brothers steal Grandpa's beloved car.
Yeah, they do. The car that earlier Grandpa's like, hop in, boys, and he doesn't even want to turn the car on. He loves this car.
No.
That's what they take, not Grandpa's shitty Jeep.
He probably had La Cucaracha on his Ford Fairlane, too.
Probably.
Oh, poor guy. Well, they go to the Vamp's cave, and Michael grabs Star and Laddie, while Sam and the Frog Brothers go and just randomly pick a vampire to kill first, and unfortunately, Marco draws the short straw, and he gets staked, and there is a lot of blood.
Glitter blood.
Blood.
Glitter blood.
Vampire blood.
Probably the take that's going to resonate the most with people is that you know what this movie is responsible for? The Twilight series.
Oh, it's definitely responsible for Twilight.
Yeah.
It's responsible for Buffy. It's responsible for Twilight. It's responsible for the Vampire Diaries for sure. They run away from the vampires, bleeding glitter blood all over the place. Getting it? Oh, it's got to be in Grandpa's car.
All over Grandpa's car. And you know that blood doesn't come out and glitter doesn't come out.
No, that's
glitter
never coming
blood
out.
Combined.
And you know it's going to smell like Chinese food. Sam tries really hard to warn lovely Lucy about the vamps, but she is having none of it for once.
She's decided, she's wearing her ovaries on the outside, and she's like, I'm going to put my foot down.
Yeah, this is the moment. Mm-hmm. It's nighttime, and the vampires are coming, and Sam remembers that he is a fucking dog owner, and he left Nanook tied to the gate outside. Oh.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, it's
Yeah?
like from Billy Madison, the book, The Puppy Who Lost His Way.
You got a pet. You got a responsibility. You get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
He goes out there, really quickly gets it, gets Nanook untied, gets him inside, and just in time, but it kind of doesn't matter because the vamps just come in the house anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Because they're related to Max or something?
I think that is. Because he's like an umbrella, because he is the top recruiter.
Of the MLM?
Yeah, the vampire MLM. I bet it's like called Fangs, but with a Z.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah. The blonde vampire, he gets taken down by a bathtub full of holy water and
Whoa,
garlic.
whoa. We're not going to gloss over this.
All right, we're going to talk about the very minor plumbing damage it does.
He gets pushed into the tub, not by any of the grown-ups, but by the dog, who's the only one that knows how to get anything fucking done around here besides Diane Wiest.
What's up, Nanook?
And then he explodes, which then causes the plumbing to go berserk, and blood just starts shooting out from everywhere. It's like the scene in The Shining with the blood going down the hallway.
Minor plumbing issue.
Blood is coming out of everywhere.
I'm sure insurance covers all of that. I'm sure there's a clause. If it's Santa Carla, if they're in Santa Carla, I guarantee it's in the homeowner's insurance. The actor that plays the blonde is Brooke McCarter, because he didn't really act after this, but he did become Corey Haim's manager in the 90s. Brooke McCarter died from a liver disease in 2015.
Oh, man.
Have somebody keep a close eye on Jason Patrick and Diane Wiest. They're our most important.
I'll do it. Me.
Oh, I think Edward Herrmann might be dead too.
What?
I think
Tofuti Klein?
Yeah. Next is the brunette, who Sam takes down with a cute little adorable bow and arrow. Where did he get
in
the
this
bow and
world
arrow?
believes that Sam would know how to do anything with a bow and arrow?
Oh, it's so cute.
It's
He has
ridiculous.
I love that they give Sam a bow and arrow and a water gun.
And he's like, I'm fine with just the water gun, guys. I don't need those the Sharpie
I'm
things.
surprised they didn't give him like a plastic sword and shield. And then Michael and David do battle, and Michael sends him into a taxidermied antelope, and he's kind of dead. He's dead, but they left it ambiguous because Joel Schumacher wanted to have sequels where he would be alive.
Okay.
So that's why he doesn't explode into the plumbing or anything. And then Max shows up. Max and Lucy show up, and Max is like, "Oh man, look what my boy's did. Those silly gooses."
It's okay. Diane will clean it up.
Yeah, you got this one, sweetheart. And Michael tries to fight Max because he turns into a vampire. And he explains that he is at the top of the MLM.
He's
and
the dessert.
Michael tries to fight Max, but he's way out of his league. Max gets the upper hand, and he grabs Sam, and he tries to trade Sam out for Lucy. And she's, of course,
She's like, okay.
fine. But then we hear, Grandpa crashes through his own house at exactly the right minute and kills Max with wooden stakes that he attached to his Jeep with an assist from Michael. He gives him a push.
If you live in Santa Carla your whole life, you
Yeah.
probably have stakes on your vehicles.
Well, the house looks wrecked, but Grandpa is completely unconcerned, and he goes to the fridge and grabs a drink and declares that one thing about Santa Carla, could never stomach all the damn vampires.
It's such a good line.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, we
Thank
did
you,
it.
Lost Boys.
I looked up nothing about this movie, so, and I love hearing the behind the scenes stuff. I think that Kiefer put Jason Patrick on blast about changing the script is hilarious. And I just think all of the background stuff about the actors is interesting.
Okay, well, everyone, we would love to hear from you and find out what you think. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, bye, bye.